Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think that the Los Angeles Lakers can soon become one of the best teams in the NBA and possibly even become a super team. Now I'm not talking about right now, but I'm talking about after the whole Warriors and Cavs things, when we're going to have to see some teams emerge as the next big teams in the NBA. And today I'm going to be talking about why I think the Los Angeles Lakers could be the team that after this current Warriors and Cavs era is the next NBA super team. Now I know I already made a video about this, but that was before about 5 months ago at the time that I am making this video, and a lot has changed since then with the Los Angeles Lakers, so I will have that link down below in the comments. Make sure to go check that out, but that's enough talking. With that being said, let's get started. Now the first big glaring change there is since back when I made that video is the Lakers no longer have D'Angelo Russell, and that is unfortunate. D'Angelo Russell was a rookie, and I think he had a lot of potential. I know he didn't do too good this past season, but I think that's because, he was sort of getting used to the NBA still, and when he was playing with Kobe, obviously it was Kobe's retirement season, there was a lot more pressure on him to give the ball to Kobe, but I think that he was starting to emerge. He was having an okay, decent season, and I think that D'Angelo Russell could be a future NBA All-Star, and there is a lot of potential that he has, but unfortunately the Lakers did have to trade him to the Brooklyn Nets, and they did that actually for what I think is a pretty solid reason. Basically, they were trying to get rid of Timofey Mozgov, and they're trying to trade him to some team, so they were able to trade Timofey Mozgov to the Nets, but the Nets did want D'Angelo Russell as well. That's unfortunate, like I said, but it's great that they're able to get rid of Timofey Mozgov, because a few years earlier they made a huge mistake of signing Timofey Mozgov to a big deal, of which he is really not worthy of at all. So they're able to get that horrendous, completely absolute trash contract off their backs, but unfortunately they did have to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. Now in return they did get what I think is the Nets' best player at the time that he was on their team, Brook Lopez. Now Brook Lopez is actually a pretty good player. He can score in the paint pretty well, and he is actually what I think he is actually a pretty solid starting center, and he does have a gigantic contract as well, actually $22 million, but the thing about his contract is that it expires after this upcoming season, and that will come into play a lot more, and we'll talk about that later. But for the upcoming season, I think they got Brook Lopez, and depending on things on how things work out, they could re-sign him, but I'm not sure. But nevertheless, he is a great pickup, and I think it's great that they're able to dump Timofey Mozgov's contract. But besides D'Angelo Russell, they actually do have a lot of amazing youth on their team still, and let's just go over some of them. Now the first one, obviously we cannot ignore this, Lonzo Ball, number 2 pick overall in the NBA draft. There are so many videos and so much stuff concerning Lonzo Ball and around him, so I'm really not gonna go and dive into the whole Lonzo Ball thing. If you guys don't know enough about Lonzo Ball, you guys can go look it up and watch some other videos. In fact, I've made a rant about him, but I'm not gonna be talking about that because the Lonzo Ball topic very much oversaturated. You guys can go read up a little bit on him, but basically all you need to know, or all I'm gonna tell you, is that Lonzo Ball, very explosive. He is a great scorer. He can shoot the ball really well, although in the summer league he did struggle with that a little bit, but I think once he sort of comes into the NBA and gets a little bit more experience, he'll be a little bit better with that. And one of Lonzo Ball's best things about him, I think, that could really benefit the Lakers is that he's a playmaker, because currently that is, I think, what they need, and they have a playmaker in Lonzo Ball, so that is great for them. Now some other young guys, Julius Randle, I talked about him in my last video. He is great, and I think if he ever becomes an NBA All-Star, which I think he can, I think he has a ton of potential. I think he's going to become an All-Star sort of by taking the path that Draymond Green took. I don't think he's going to be like the first option or second option on the team. I think he's going to take the path that Draymond Green took. First of all, he'll be a player who sometimes teams forget about, but who can come back and haunt you. He can shoot a mid-range decently well, but he is very good in the post. So if you guys look at Draymond Green, I think Julius Randle could be sort of similar to Draymond Green, obviously without the kicking people in the nuts. But that Julius Randle has a ton of potential, and if he's a future Draymond Green, something to that effect, he will obviously, I think, benefit the Lakers a ton. Now, I know I am taking a little bit too long, so let's just quickly go over the other youth that they have. They have Jordan Clarkson. He's really good. He had a solid season. And they have Brandon Ingram, once again, another player who has a ton of potential, and he's the one player that the Lakers said they are not going to put on the trading block, and I think that's great. Brandon Ingram has a lot of potential. He can even shoot. He's great in the paint. He's explosive. He's another solid player that I think will work out really well for the Lakers. Then they have guys like Tyler Ennis. Then they have guys like Vander Blue. He was a D-League MVP. I think he's solid, but I don't think he'll do too much for them. And then the other pickup that they had this season that I think that's overlooked too much is that they signed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now, I know he's not amazing or anything, but he can shoot and he can play defense, and he is just a great player, solid player, can really actually make an impact. He is in a great frame, and I think Kentavious Caldwell-Pope actually can help out the Lakers in the upcoming season and once the Warriors and Cavs era finishes. Now, the reason that I'm talking about once the Warriors and Cavs era finishes is because right now those two teams, I think they're just too dominant, and the thing is, the Lakers, they can't get at it right now because, like I said in my previous video, they do need a little bit of time to develop because they're all young guys, so they will need a little bit of time to develop, maybe a few more years, maybe I'd say 3 to 5 years before they're all like fully developed. And I think when they are all fully developed, the Warriors-Cavs era will be about coming to an end, and that's when I think this Laker team can really make an impact. And also they have Kyle Kuzma on their team, who is a great player as well, can actually, I think, make an impact. Now, another one of the factors that I think can be great for the Los Angeles Lakers is how it's sort of becoming like a really good free agent destination. Now, obviously, Los Angeles, a lot of people want to go there. It's a great spot to be a basketball team because obviously a lot of free agents are going to want to come to your team because, you know, it's a great place to live in, and it's just a really popular environment and place to be in, so that's great. But also concerning the basketball team, because they have a lot of up-and-coming talent, a lot of players might go there because they might sense, okay, after this whole Warriors and Cavs thing is done, we can go and maybe we might be able to actually win some championships with this up-and-coming team. So I think it's a really, really attractive free agent destination right now. Another thing they have going for them is obviously Paul George. Lots of rumors that Paul George might end up going to the Lakers. Now, I'm not sure that that could happen now that he's gone to the Thunder. I think he's going to be happy with the Thunder and Russell Westbrook, but even if not, there'll be plenty of other free agents who I think will be super excited to try and join the Lakers because I think they'll be a huge free agent destination, and that could really help them out. But anyways, everybody, that is about it for the video. I hope you all did enjoy. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought. I know it was a little bit similar to my last video on the Lakers, but a little bit has changed, or a lot has changed, and I wanted to, make a more updated version. That's all I have. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you guys want me to make more videos like this. They are pretty fun to make for me personally, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.